What's up, soccer fans? Mike Guglielmi, Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast. How's everybody doing tonight? What a weekend of action we had. A week that we had last week, 26 games. This episode, we're going to touch on recapping all of the MLS action, plus the Gold Cup. We're going to talk about the quarterfinals, look ahead to the semifinals, and possibly a little bit of a guess towards the prediction side of things. Plus, we'll talk about some news and notes and open mic, guys. Let me know what you guys want to talk about on the chat here on YouTube, and I'll get to whatever I can in there. Already have Karen and Allison on saying, let's talk about Alex Bono, so I'm sure we'll be talking about Toronto FC and Alex Bono as well. All right, guys, thanks for jumping on. Make sure you hit that like button down below. If you're on the podcast side, write us a review on iTunes. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, especially if you're new here. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss anytime we go live for our live stream reactions. We'll be live on Thursday for Qatar against the USA in the Gold Cup semifinal. Then in the other semifinal, Mexico and Canada. That one is going to be a battle. Mexico, Allison will be in all of her garb for Mexico. Oh, our garb. She hasn't gotten her jersey yet, but she'll be ready to go, and I will be rooting for Canada. Should be fun. Now, for the MLS, guys, we've got an MLS game coming up. Been missing MLS. I've been doing all these Gold Cup games, and going to do the LA Galaxy against Portland Timbers live on YouTube Friday night for the LA Galaxy fans and the Portland Timber fans. All right, so let's get right into the games here on the week, going back all the way to the midweek of last week. We've got Vancouver and Houston. This game was extremely, extremely boring. Not much to talk about in this one. Just a dead even game is pretty much all I can say. Possession 51% for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Houston with 49%. Total shots 8 apiece. 1 on goal for Houston, 0 on goal for Vancouver. You want to talk about boring and a waste of life. This was that. All right, Zara is on as well. How you doing? A boring game, 0-0 draw. Absolutely nothing there from Rio Tinto in Utah in Real Salt Lake Stadium. Vancouver possibly moving back to Canada soon with Toronto and Montreal. So this game boring. Another 0-0 draw. Columbus against Nashville. This one from lower.com field. This game was pretty decent of a game, at least to watch. I was listening to Connor McCabe's watch along on there, and all right, good to see you're doing well there, Zara. And the stats in this one was Columbus kind of coming back in with a little bit more of their crew. 65%. You like that? The crew there. 65% to 35% in possession. Total shots, 18 for Columbus, 8 for Nashville. Shots on goal, 7 for Columbus, 1 to Nashville. Columbus is playing well right now. They're starting to get pieces back here and there as they go. But man, it's starting to get back to the early season. Everybody was saying, "Oh, it's all about Columbus. Columbus is going to repeat. They've got all the tools," and you're starting to see that, yeah, you know what? Maybe they're getting their stuff together. They're getting healthier, and looks good for the Columbus crew. All right, we got Tio Luis over on Facebook. Tio says, "Wiki out." Oh, we're going to talk about the Fire. Yes, we will. Thomas Sissoko on as well. Good morning. Good morning, Thomas. And then Jason. Hello, everyone. What's going on, Jason? Mr. J. Jardim. Canada in the semifinals, brother. Feels good, doesn't it? TFC coming off a win, albeit we'll get to that in a minute when we review. But Columbus, I like what I'm seeing out of Columbus here. I think they're definitely one of the teams to beat in the Eastern Conference because Nashville's up there in the standings, and Columbus handled them fairly well, especially with a lineup that wasn't really the best. I mean, you look at the lineup here on the screen on YouTube. You've got Waylon Francis, Keita, Mensah, Affle at the back, Perry Kitchen in the midfield with Nagbe, Santos, Zelarayan, Etienne, and Hurtado up front. They got Eloy Room back from the COVID protocols. So now we've got Eric Hurtado, the castaway, because he won't. The Canadian government won't let him play there. But Zardes will be back soon after the Gold Cup. So that team is looking good. They could pick up another striker, but definitely a team to watch in the Eastern Conference is the Columbus Crew. All right, we got Ryan Anderson in the house. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, man? And then Thomas says Los Angeles versus Minnesota United. You know what? I actually flirted with doing that game later on this week, but went with the Galaxy game instead. Sorry for the LAFC fans there. But all right, Miami against New England. This one was a blowout. New England Revolution win 5-0. Goals by Troutson, Bunbury, Traustason again, Buxa twice with a brace in the 45th minute in halftime stoppage time, as well as in the 83rd minute. Inter Miami, what a mess this team is. My God, Inter Miami is in deep, deep trouble. A horrible, horrible team. New England Revolution, top of the East. Best team in the Eastern Conference, no question about it. This team has been playing very consistently under Bruce Arena. And Inter Miami, my God, where do they go from here? I don't see Phil Neville lasting much longer, especially when you look at the standings. Inter Miami down at the bottom. Number 14 in the Eastern Conference, 9 points, averaging 0.69 points per game. Yes, they have played less games at 13 games played, but my God, this team is hurting. And there you go. Miami is the worst team in the world. Gladly, they took that from TFC. TFC was looking really rough here in the beginning of the season. They're getting better now, but Miami, Neville, look, I'm not a big fan of Phil Neville as a coach. I think it's more of a signing as a friend signing. We all saw how that worked out with Ali Curtis and Chris Armas as well. I think you're looking at the big name. They want that big name, and Neville doesn't really have much coaching experience outside of the Three Lions with the women's team. Great player, great career, but for coaching in MLS is a totally different beast as well. That's one thing that people don't realize is MLS is a totally different beast. I know John Donovan, our sponsor of this podcast, he talks about the European coaches coming in usually don't have much success. There's the odd one here or there, but the winningest coach of all time is going to be Frank Yallop, who technically is – he's European, but he's been in the United States for so long and in Canada. So the European coaches usually don't do well in MLS because it's a totally different beast. So we'll see how long Neville lasts there, but New England keeps rolling with the victory there at DRV Pink Stadium. All right, New York City and Montreal. Here's another team that is on the big time upswing here. New York City FC, a goal by Tajiri Shradi in the 29th minute, gets them a nice victory over a Montreal team who's right there in the standings with them. New York, of course, these standings are updated. So the ones you're seeing here on the screen are after both the midweek games we're talking about and the weekend games. But New York now 23 points out of 14 games played. They got that game in hand against Montreal, and they're in the playoff position. New York City then with the beatdown over the weekend that we'll talk about. But Montreal, good team. This one being played at Red Bull Arena. Again, New York City playing at Red Bull Arena. I don't know how much longer I can last with this team being in New York City, but then playing at their rivals' stadium. NYC fan, where's DSO? Where's all these NYC fans? Daniel Young, brother BKL. Where is this with the stadium? You guys got to keep me updated on what's going on with the stadium because man, they need it bad. But that doesn't have anything to do with how the team's playing on the field, just as far as the actual team itself and that brand. Kathy is on. What's going on, Kathy? How's it going? And there you go. Isaiah says, keep Neville because Miami lacks continuity since the inaugural season, and we can move on from players and hopefully get even more with Gam and Tam being revoked. So, yeah, I mean, Neville, I can't see him lasting much longer, Isaiah. I really can't. So New York City with their first victory of the week over Montreal, a good result there for New York City. Toronto and the Red Bulls, a goal by Klimala in the 46th minute, evened out by Ralph Priso in the 62nd. Ralph Priso, team of the week honors there, team of the midweek honors, and a good player there, young player for Toronto FC, At BMO, a little bit disappointing that they didn't come out with the full 3 points. Klimala looks very good for the Red Bulls. I think a striking partnership of Klimala and Fabio up top is very strong, and I like that. I like that team up front for the Red Bulls. Probably will do some good things for them. Are they a playoff team? Right on the cusp. But Toronto, they're going to have to fight like hell to get into the playoffs. They're going to have to start hitting about a 2-point per game clip. And I don't know if they've got it in them. They're getting back to BMO. Things are starting to even out for Toronto FC. Hopefully it will, but no promises, right? So Toronto can't pull off the full 3 points there against the Red Bulls in this one. They did play pretty well in this game stats-wise. You look, possession was slightly to Toronto, but man, the shots, New York Red Bulls 19-6 on the shots on goal, 4-1. This TFC team is getting outplayed for sure. And there you go. Ryan says Perez's tricky Reds are on fire. They're doing what they need to do. They do, and that's something we saw from last year, Ryan, was, this team found out how to win games, right? This team would win games they weren't supposed to win. And now, at least with Toronto, they've got that in the belt, and thank God, because if they didn't, it'd be in trouble. I mean, you look at some of these numbers, and it's ugly, right? And there you go, Allison. Hey, party people. And Ramon, how's it going, Ramon? Good to see you, brother. So, anyways, TFC, they got to figure it out. And we'll talk more about them in the weekend game because that was a totally different story in itself. And Toronto, yes, they're getting it done. They're getting the points, but they're not looking too good doing it. All right, Chicago Fire against DC United in the midweek. Gaston Jimenez and Nahar with an own goal for DC. Give Chicago their 2 goals. And then DC United with Paredes and Ola Kamara tying it up. Chicago was up 2-0 going into the 82nd minute there when Paredes ended up getting that goal. A draw. You'll hear more about the Fire on our podcast side from John Donovan in a little bit when we do our sponsor break. And then DC United clawing back to get a point in Chicago. The Fire continued to be trouble. Cincinnati and Atlanta, a 1-1 draw. This was the week of the draws, guys. I mean, this game, look at all the draws in this one. We've got, when you go back and look at the schedule, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 draws out of, I believe it was 12 games. That's insane. That's not something that we see very often. Oh my God, Allison. You can do that in the chat talking about how hot Alex Bono is. I didn't talk about that, and I probably won't. All right, so Cincinnati and Atlanta, Hernandez in the 70th, Acosta in the 61st. Cincinnati and Atlanta, 2 struggling teams. Very, very bad teams. Cincinnati started to pick things up. They started to get some victories. They started to pull some points together. They do get a point out of this one, but they're just not that good. And Atlanta is really struggling right now as well. Really, really poor team on the field. And there you go. Thank God Heinze is gone. Yes, thank God he's gone. Hopefully things will turn around for Atlanta a little bit there, but we don't know. We don't know. Ramon says the Fire should be renamed the Dumpster Fire. I completely agree. They just did the rebrand for the second time. They should do it again and put a dumpster on that logo because, man, it is trouble. It's been trouble for a very long time. That team has been trashed for about 10, 12 years now. So, man. All right, Sheldon Beckford is here. What's up, Sheldon? How you doing? Good to see you. So Cincinnati, Luciano Acosta, I think the best thing out of this match was seeing Acosta fall down when he barely even got whiffed by an Atlanta player. It was like walking by him, barely brushed his shoulder, and he all of a sudden he goes, "Whoa!" and he falls down to the ground. And I tweeted about it on Twitter, and it was just unbelievable. That is the part of soccer I hate the most. Can't stand it. But it'll always be there, I'm sure. All right, so moving through here to the next game, Sporting Kansas City and San Jose, another draw. Surprise, surprise. Pele Cardoso in the 53rd minute for San Jose gets gets San Jose on the board, and then a tying goal in extra time right at the death by Daniel Shallowy, and Kansas City rescues a point at home in a game that they really should have won. Colorado and Dallas. Colorado with 2 goals, Abubakar and Barrios, 2-0 victory over Dallas. What Dallas team's going to show up? We don't know. We never know. Colorado looks like a decent team, but again, they're not really lighting the world on fire yet, although there is some news and notes. Possibly some teams have been scouting Robin Fraser, a.k.a. Toronto FC, and Atlanta United apparently are interested in bringing Robin Fraser in as the head coach for those sides. Now for TFC, I know we had a good debate on it earlier about whether or not Perez should stay on, and I think Perez actually won that poll. I can't remember though, but there you go. Isaiah with a nice comment here. I hope Nova Efra is gone. His contract ends this season. He's mismanaged the club, and he never releases a player for non-competitive matches. We could have seen Miles Robinson more had he released him for Olympic qualifying. Agree. I'm surprised he didn't get released for Olympic qualifying. I really am, and I think that relationship between Atlanta United and the U.S. men's national team is not pretty, and that hurts. That hurts the club. That hurts the league and the national team for sure. All right, so moving along, Real Salt Lake, LA Galaxy tie 2-2. RSL going out 2-0 lead in this one over LA. And man, like what? How did the Galaxy tie 2-2 with RSL? How were there 4 goals scored in this game? RSL has been giving up, has literally been scoring an average of 1 goal a game, giving up 1 goal a game. Been an under all the time, not so much on this one. 2-2 was the over. Vasquez with a goal. Former Toronto FC man, Victor Vasquez gets one for LA. I believe that's his first for LA. But definitely good to see him scoring, and LA hopefully will be a little bit better over the weekend here when we do the live for LA Galaxy and Portland Timbers coming up on Friday night, the 30th. All right. Oh, Jay. I can't even, man. I'm in the shower with SOP on the Bluetooth shower speaker. Is that weird? That's a little crazy there, Jay. A little crazy, man. Ryan says Perez has proved himself to be the answer and perfect for TFC. We should have learned our lesson not to futz with things that are already working great. Agreed, Ryan. Agreed. All right. Portland LAFC. Portland gets the victory at home over the black and gold. Vela with a goal in the 17th minute. Vela's starting to turn that page now. He's starting to get back on track, scoring those goals there. Portland threw Valeri in the 2nd minute and Mora in the 90+3. This game was Portland brought it right from the get-go and right at the end. They get a big victory over LAFC. An LAFC team that's just not quite turning the page yet. I think once Vela gets completely back into form, I don't think we'll see MVP type form, but getting back to a good form, I think LAFC will be a little bit better there. As Ramon says, I was so mad we lost that game in the last 2 minutes. Those are always the worst, Ramon. They really are. It hurts so much when your team loses in stoppage time. And it was funny. I remember being as a Toronto FC fan for about 7-10 years there in the middle. It was always the other teams. Always the other teams that would get the victory at the end. TFC could never do it. And there you go. He says, we dominated that game except for 4 minutes. And looking at the stats, 54% possession, 17 shots total to 7, 6-3 on the shots on goal. Definitely did own this game here, LAFC there. Thanks, Ramon. Much appreciated, brother. And yeah, right? Tobias time style. Remember those days. Yes, they were bad. Isaiah says the LAFC of 2019 will never return. It's sad, but I guess that's how MLS works. 1-year wonder teams. It is. That is definitely how it works. I mean, because remember, all those guys that are down in the bottom, that depth now moves on because they can't fit under the salary cap the next season. So definitely. There feels like Mike is with me, LOL. Feels wrong. That's dedication. I like it, LOL. Oh, my God. Oh, dear Jesus. Help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. All right. So, anyways, moving through a couple more games here in the midweek. Orlando and Philadelphia. Orlando gets a 2-1 victory. Benji Michel and Perea in the 59th minute. Then Shabilko in the 68th for Philly. Orlando gets 3 points here in the midweek, and albeit not a pretty result at the weekend for Orlando. Fairly even game possession-wise, but, man, shots. Philly dominated this one just like LAFC dominated Portland there and ended up on the losing side. Oh, got to give Grandma a tool, then her membership won't show up, at least on my end. But maybe it will on your end. So here, we'll add a moderator. There you go. You're now a moderator, Grandma. There you go. The things that are important during the podcast episodes, right? All right. So Philly probably deserve more out of this match. Orlando gets it done. Austin, Seattle. This was the game of the week. This was our members only live. Lots of fun there for the designated player level and higher. This game, really good one to watch, and Seattle gets it done 1-0. Raul Ruidiaz with maybe a goal of the year candidate. Just a great chip effort, and you want to talk about these kids. Yeah, Tacoma Defiance, right? Exactly. It was the Tacoma Defiance that ended up winning this game against Austin, because that's what it was. A bunch of 15-year-old, 16-year-old kids, and there you have it. Isaiah says, at least my Rapids have a bright future, though. They finna bring home an MLS Cup one day this decade. I can see it. They do have some good young talent there. Now, the question is, will they keep it? Tacoma Defiance fans weren't happy. Yeah, well, the Sounders fans were happy, right? So speaking of memberships, guys, you guys can join. Speaking of that designated player level, it's $4.99. You're going to get all the perks included in the starter level, your name featured in the scroll below me, loyalty badges, and custom emojis. And you're going to get the members-only live stream reactions. Really cool setting, guys. I think we had like 12 views on that video, right? So like 12 people came in and said hi. It's just, or 12 times. It's a very small, intimate setting to hang out and talk soccer. Lots of fun. Then you're going to get discounted merch, name in the description as well. Then for the real-time sports bettors, you're going to get all those perks, plus a members-only betting advice video with an over-under and a prop pick from every game, plus a 3-team parlay. And that is $9.99 a month. Guys, well worth it. Lots of fun. Much appreciated to everybody who is already a member here on Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast, including you, Grandma. You finally bit the bullet and did it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And, so there you go. There's a midweek games for you. Let's clear out some of these tabs, and we're going to take a short sponsor break before we hit the weekend on the regular podcast side. All right, so back from podcast break, and people just talking smack over there in the I can't even with Allison and Jay's comments. There's Brother BKL in the house. Hey, Mike and SOP, let's talk about it. Nice. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, so what the hell happened to my screen here? All right, schedules and scores. Got to get back to it there. RSL Colorado was the last window I had up. That up. There we go. The weekend games, much different story. Not as many draws, but crazy results. Still some crazy results. Starting out with Atlanta and Columbus. Telling you, Columbus is on the right track. Back up here. Jonathan Mensah in the 65th minute gets the victory for the Crew. This team is really starting to rise. Usually teams will have a usually the teams will have new coach bounce. Not so much for Atlanta. Joseph Martinez did get into this game, but just could not seem to figure it out. Was Atlanta, who's really struggling right now. Chicago and Toronto FC. Toronto with the victory, 2-1. Soteldo and De Leon with the goals for TFC. Madron with a goal in the 77th minute for Chicago. And this game was all about Alex Bono. Yes, Allison, Alex Bono. This game, I mean, look at these stats. Chicago Fire deserved to win this game. As I was talking about with Toronto, They're not playing good. They're really not playing well. And you can see here, possession 56-44, shots 31-8, total shots 31. That's insane. 14 shots on goal to 3. TFC, what the hell are you doing? You're not going to win games like that. It's not going to happen. You're not going to win games that you're getting outplayed that bad. Now, Chicago Fire are a bad team. That's why they got away with it. And there you go. He won that game and my heart. He won your heart a long time ago, Allison. So you see Luke Singh out on the wing in this one, and Delgado on the other one. A weird lineup here from Perez, but he's doing well. Perez really has like Ryan was saying, he's earning his keep there for TFC. With the results. This team does know how to win. Dom Dwyer might go down as one of the worst signings ever. What a waste of space up there at the top. I didn't get a chance to watch this. I didn't get a chance to watch this game because I was live for the Gold Cup games. And then, of course, saw the score once on the bottom of the Gold Cup games. And I didn't get a chance to watch the replay. But Chicago Fire, maybe on the right track to picking up some things, but they got crushed by Alex Pohlny. Just could not beat them. On any other night, I think Chicago probably wins. TFC, though, they've got to stop screwing around like this. They've got to get better. Soteldo looks like a beast. I'm excited to see what he does this season, the rest of this season, and possibly into the playoffs if he can get TFC into the playoffs. There and Pozuelo as well, because we haven't even seen Pozuelo at all this season, and he's not even close to the form that he should be and will be very soon. So TFC with the victory, trying to slowly move up the table. Minnesota and Portland. Minnesota gets the victory 2-1 over Portland at Allianz Field. And this one, Minnesota, Gasper and Load with the goals. Mora again for Portland. So Portland on the right side and the wrong side of a 2-1 result there. Minnesota definitely playing well right now. They just beat Seattle. Now they're beating Portland, trying to recoup from that early, really rough start there for Minnesota and their Ramon. But TFC still has out the door. They do. They're not going to get rid of him until that contract's up because nobody will take him. I know that's the case. He would have been. I mean, there weren't even any really good rumors when he was going to be transferred when he was locked out of the team. So nobody wants Josie Altidore. There you go. Honestly, though, Soteldo could have had a hat trick if he was a little more selfish. I think he should be selfish, more selfish. The guy is one of the best players on the team, one of the best players in the league. I'd love to see it. Minnesota, good victory there for Portland. They are they're creeping up. Their Tio says fire hater. I am, man. Till that team starts putting up some good results, man. I am not. I can't say anything good about the Fire. It's been too many bad days and months and years and seasons through for the Fire. Unfortunately, because the league would be much better off with the Fire being a good team and constantly in contention for a playoff spot, at least, not even, an MLS Cup. And Jose Gonzalez in the house. Yo, with the Galaxy logos. Love it, man. Good to see you, Jose. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be live for the Galaxy game this weekend. Speaking of a Galaxy fan, Friday night, LA Galaxy, Portland Timbers, live right here on Sons of a Pitch. And we'll get things going here. All right, Minnesota, good win. Let's move on. Dallas and LA Galaxy. Galaxy, whoa, what the hell? But FC Dallas, Ricardo Pepi. This guy's awesome. I love Ricardo Pepi. And you guys go check out the team preview from back 2 years ago. I was talking about Ricardo Pepi and how he's a breakout youngster for Dallas. This kid is the real deal. I think he will possibly be in talks for the U.S. national team as well. Love this kid. Great player, gets a hat trick for Dallas against the Galaxy. Love to see it. A new wise man is on as well, says winless streak continues for Atlanta. Oh, a new wise man. Damn, dude, it's tough. It's tough. I don't know what's going on with that team. They got to figure it out, and they got to figure it out quick. Jose, we crapped the bed. Good for Pepi. You did. Totally did. But, man, Pepi, love him. And good result there for Dallas. But, again, what Dallas team's going to show up? This is a team who gets shut out by the Colorado Rapids, then ends up whooping up L.A. What gives? That's the only thing I can't figure out there about Dallas. And there, Brother BKL, FC Dallas came really incredible with that Pepe outstanding goal. Yes, Pepe is the real deal, guys. He's either not long for the league. I see him possibly going over to Europe fairly soon. Nashville, Cincinnati. Nashville gets it done. Sapong, Leal, and Sapong again with the 3-0 victory over FC Cincinnati. This team, man, FC Cincinnati, just the struggles continue. How is this team going to start to turn things around? I really don't get it. And yeah, Dallas reminds me of 2015 TFC, says Ryan. I agree. Definitely the inconsistency there for sure. Isaiah says, I want Pepe on the USMNT. Currently, my striker rankings for the USMNT: Hoppy, Giacchini, DK, Sargent, and Zardes. Okay. That's something that's going to be very interesting after this Gold Cup. That's that striker talk of what those rankings are there. But I still got Daryl DK number 1 up there for me. That and we'll see how these the next game against Qatar goes and some more. But we'll see. Mark Campos in the house says, welcome to MLS, where you can lose to a really bad team and then win a game against a good team. That is it. And there you go. A new wise man says, facts, Mark. It is. That is MLS, and that is why it is so damn hard to bet MLS. You can have all the knowledge in the world, understand the game, understand the players, understand the rosters, all that kind of stuff, and all of a sudden a team is, winning 4-0 against one team and losing 2-0 against another. That is MLS in a nutshell. It really is. And that's why when I get some of those haters on the picks and predictions, I'm like, guys, yeah, go for it. You put your predictions out like Giovanni and Brother BKL and some other guys there, and let's see how yours do as well. All right, another game here. RSL Colorado, 3-0 victory for RSL. Bobby Wood gets his first goal in MLS. And for RSL, Rubio Rubin hits it as well. Yarborough with an own goal. This one was all RSL. So there's Colorado, right? Talk about inconsistencies. What is it? Are they going to be the team that beats, that beats Dallas 2-0, or the team that loses 3-0 to Salt Lake? The inconsistencies, even just in the midweek to the weekend, crazy. A new Wiseman says Inter Miami gets beat 5-0 to New England and then ties against Philly. Exactly. The examples are endless. They really are. So RSL, good win. San Jose, Houston, another draw for San Jose. This team just draws all day long or loses. When was the last time San Jose won a game? I really can't remember on the top of my head. Valentin with an own goal right at the end of stoppage time. And there you go. Brother BKL says, I don't know why I didn't choose RSL. Seriously, they are good. RSL shows up, man. They do. Sometimes they're a little bit slow. I usually go under when they're playing because every game that I've done live, they go under. But a very good team nonetheless. All right. Houston, San Jose there. 1-1 draw. LAFC Vancouver, a 2-2 draw. This one, my God, what a nightmare. This one, a start really for LAFC, going down 2-0 to Vancouver, and then LAFC pulls it back. Vela gets a goal in the 40th minute, Cifuentes in the 75th, and they end up at least getting the draw. Almost had the victory. I know they were close at the end there. Ramon let us know during that live stream reaction for, I believe we were on the Mexico game. But Mark says, I just wanted Houston to beat San Jose. Why couldn't we do that? That's it. Who knows, right? Houston is there. Houston going up against Vancouver here, I believe, on the midweek coming up this week. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Houston is a much better team than the odds makers give them credit for. They're expected to be probably one of the worst teams in MLS. I don't think they're one of the worst teams in MLS, but a lot of draws. There, Ramon says, I was there losing my yes. Yep. Yes, you were there at the game. Love it. You guys get a chance, go check out Twitter at SOP Soccer on Twitter. We've got pictures of Ramon at the LAFC game with that Sons of a Pitch soccer shirt on. And speaking of that Sons of a Pitch soccer t-shirts, you can get them. Link is in the description, tinyurl.com/Sons of a Pitch or SOP Soccer. Definitely a good pickup there. All right, and we're going to be starting to do some merch giveaways as well coming up. Lots of things going to start changing here with Sons of a Pitch Soccer. We got a little bit of some stuff going on that we want to start promoting a little bit more and whatnot. All right, so LAFC with Vancouver, 2-2 draw. New England and Montreal. New England, again, showing their class in the Eastern Conference. Gustavo Bo with 2 goals, the brace for him. And you got 29th, 73rd minute. Mihailovic gets a goal for Montreal. Mihailovic really has helped make Montreal into what they are with Wilfried Nancy, obviously, over Thierry Henry. Shows how bad of a coach Thierry Henry was. And there you go. The SOP merch fit well. Good quality. I recommend. Nice. Good stuff. Thank you, Ramon, for the kind words there. And there you go. Brother BKL says, including Instagram. God, I love that shirt. Great showcase, Ramon. Yep. At Instagram as well, at Sons of a Pitch Soccer. So social media, go head over and check us out there if you have not already. So New England staying on top of the Eastern Conference with the 2-1 victory at Gillette Stadium over Montreal. Montreal, a good team. They were playing with them, but New England just too much for them. NYC and Orlando. Whoa, what? Am I reading that correctly? 5-0 NYCFC. This came out of nowhere. I expected this game to be tight. Orlando has not been playing as good lately as they were in the beginning of the season, but they definitely were playing well. Medina, Tajuri Shradi, Maxi Morales, Amundsen, and Tati Castellanos with the goals for New York City. They throw up a 5 up on that Orlando City defense, which is very, very good. Don't kid yourself. That team is pretty good. Stats-wise for this one, 61% possession for New York City. Shots 23-5. Shots on goal 15-3. So here is an example of a game that actually went to plan, right? So the team that was putting on the domination actually ended up getting that victory with the 5-0 victory. So good on New York City there. That's a team that's really turning the corner as well. I like what I'm seeing out of NYCFC. The only thing I don't like is when they're playing at Red Bull Arena. But man, NYCFC really turned a page, and looking at the standings, this team is doing much better now that they're up to the 6th spot, 23 points in 14 matches, and now right there up 1 game away from that number 2 spot as well. So, it could we could see New York City at the top of the Eastern Conference with New England very, very shortly. And I would see that, actually. Speaking of Miami, I know we had some comments there with Miami and Philly, how a team can then draw against such a horrible team like Miami. Well, there it is. Robbie Robinson with a goal in the 71st, Shabilko in the 85th. And that's how that one would shake out. I'm surprised Miami actually pulled the point on Philly, but without Andre Blake and some of the other players out for Philly, that result definitely is there. So DC Red Bulls of New York, DC gets the goal through Ola Kamara in the 27th minute, and DC ends up getting the victory. Red Bulls, again, one of those middling teams fighting for a playoff spot, kind of like DC. So a fairly even game here between those two sides. Allison says Grandma wanted to know how to get that emoji. Nice. My God. Brother BKL, Orlando got a little bit of struggles with no Nani. It's not about a baseball stadium. It's about movement. Yeah. Oh, but that baseball stadium, Brother BKL, it's time we got to get rid of that. We got to get rid of that. All right. So Seattle Sporting Kansas City. Seattle, not a great showing in this one. SKC gets the victory. 3-1. Russell, Shallowy, and Duke with the goals. Montero a goal for Seattle. This team was a little bit more of the aged players in this one. They had Madronda in from the start. Keller Rowe was in from the start. Joe Paulo, Montero, Rui Diaz in from the start. So a little bit more of a team here. And then the kids are going to start playing over some of the older guys for Seattle if the results stay like this. Sporting Kansas City, 3 goals on Seattle. I did not see this one coming, especially at Lumen Field. And there you go, Jay. Seattle actually losing, right? That does not happen very often, especially at Lumen Field like that. So looking at the stats, fairly even stats-wise. More shots for Seattle. So they did, did the main part there with stats, but couldn't pull it off on the field. But how many times have we said that before in soccer? All right, so now let's move on from MLS. Let's talk a little bit about the Gold Cup, and then we'll get out of here around 10 minutes from now so that we can add in the interviews with John Donovan and his sections on the podcast side. All right, going back to the middle of the week, you had some of the results go to put the quarterfinals in action for the Gold Cup. And those quarterfinals, the first quarterfinal, Qatar against El Salvador. This one, this is a very interesting result. Qatar really dominated, and then El Salvador came back and kind of woke up. Now, I think both teams were overrated here. Qatar, everybody's fired up saying Qatar is going to be, they're this amazing team. I don't see it. I think they're a good team, but I don't think they're an amazing team. El Salvador especially showed that when they came back. Rivas with 2 goals in the 63rd and the 66th minute. Qatar USA is going to be a hell of a game because that is a U.S. team, C team, right? So I think the USA will be able to pull it off. I really do. But I think it's going to be a very, very good game. Ramon says, Gold Cup final. I've got my final ticket for Mexico versus USA. Hey, not so fast, Ramon. Not so fast. What are you going to do if Canada pulls the upset? Huh? There you go. Jay says, Ramon, come on now. Canada versus USA. Yeah, what's gonna happen there? And then Allison, Canada. A new wise man is back again. Phone almost died. Not so fast there, Ramon. Slow down, my man. You're not there yet. You're probably gonna get there. Canada is missing everybody, but nope. I know Mac will mess it up for you guys. Nice, yeah. Oh, Mark Anthony K. All right, so Mark Campbell says, "R.I.P. my Salvadorian heart." Yeah, sorry about that, man, but a good showing from them against Qatar after the first few minutes were over, right? Yeah, right. Jay says, if Canada wins, my God, I'll lose it. They are so depleted. They really are. That team is really hurting. So good victory there for Qatar. Moving then to the Mexico against Honduras game. This was all Mexico, and it was fast and quick, and it was a beatdown. Honduras could not hang with Mexico. Funes Mori in the 26th minute, Dos Santos in the 31st, and Pineda in the 38th minute. Definitely a good win for Mexico, and they're rolling right now, facing a Canada team. Would you shut the dog up upstairs? So Mexico, really not much to talk about in this one. Complete domination, and that is that. There you go. Mac is better for Canada than LAFC. I agree. Brother BKL says, Qatar came dominating. I don't know what would happen for semifinals. Seriously, U.S. are different, and Qatar are perfect with players legit. I'm thinking that's what it is. I figured as much. He always cries like that when he's in his cage and Jamie leaves out the front door. Mark says, I think we would all lose it if Qatar wins this tournament. I agree. If Qatar wins this tournament, that's not going to be good. That's very, very bad for CONCACAF, but I've seen crazier things happen. All right. Ramon says, yes, but LAFC Mac is looming in there. Watch my words when he messed up for you guys and give up an easy goal. Hopefully he doesn't do that. Ramon, but I know you're rooting for it. So Mexico with the good one over Honduras, 3-0, takes us to the other semifinals the other quarterfinals, excuse me. And that was, first up was Canada against Costa Rica. Canada putting a beatdown on Costa Rica. This was one of the better games I've ever seen Canada play. Was just a great performance by Canada. Goals by Hoylett and Estacio. Jay, Estacio is so sick. I wish TFC would get him. I agree, man. Estacio is a hell of a player. He really is. And Canada is in good hands with him in the midfield. Now, we do need some of our guys back. We're a little depleted right now, but very definitely could pull out some crazy type of surprise against Mexico. looking at the stats in this one, this was completely, best game I've seen Canada play, says Ryan. I agree. This was hands down the best. That's a great question, Tio. I will get to that there in a minute. All right, Costa Rica, Canada. Canada moves on to play Mexico. I'm not expecting much out of Canada. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. Allison is going to, talk it up with Mexico. I'm going to be talking it up with Canada. We're going to have a blast in that live stream reaction there, Mexico and Canada. But not expecting much out of Canada. I think Mexico will get through and face one of the winner of Qatar USA in the other semifinal, which I think the U.S. gets it done as well. I'm predicting a Mexico-USA final, and I think Mexico will win that matchup and split it up this year, with the Nations League going to the U.S. and then the Gold Cup going to Mexico. That's my prediction for that one coming up here. Now, lastly, let's get to the question here. GK Mason, what's up, man? How you doing? It's the Portuguese roots for Eustáquio. Of course it is, right? All right, good. Glad you got the dog. So, Tio with a question. Which coach will let go first next? Miami, Chicago, or Cincinnati? This one, I'm going to go with Miami. I think Miami will be the first coach to Neville will get the first canning out of those three teams. Chicago, they seem to be sticking with Wiki. They really do, and I don't see them changing course at least until the end of the season. And I could see Miami getting frustrated and doing it there. So I can see that for sure. So Tio, that is my guess. Let me know, guys, in the chat. Who do you think will be the first coach fired? Miami, Chicago, or Cincy? Ramon thinks Cincy. Another reason I don't think Cincinnati is because with Jap Stam, he did get a couple good results, and I think ownership wants a little bit more stability on that one. So there, if Jay says if Bex wants Miami to be a big team, he will need to make a move. Agreed. And Jamie Pohlny in the house. What's up, Jamie? He says, hi, everyone, and go USA. USA, love it. Good stuff. Thanks for jumping on, Jamie. And all right, taking it to the final, speaking of USA, good timing there, Jamie. We've got USA and Jamaica. This one was lots of fun live. Hoppy with the goal in the 83rd minute. Gets the header on there. Jay's fired up with the SOP Canada emojis. Love it, man. Hoppy gets the header. And U.S. pulls through over Jamaica. This game was tight. This was a really, really good game to watch. 1-0 low-scoring game, but still good. Possession was dominated by the United States. Shots fairly even. As you can see, shots on goal 5 apiece. But look at this total passes. 579 for the U.S. to 283 for Jamaica. This was a very, very huge disparity. I've never seen anything like this. It's and the game actually be that close when it's so different with that passing accuracy number as well, 84.6% to 62.5. Jamaica has a long way to go if they think they're going to run this show in World Cup qualifying. And speaking of World Cup qualifying, that's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be trying to do every single U.S., Canada, and Mexico game. And you know what? I'm really looking forward to it. I think we'll have some fun, and I can't wait to watch it. I think Canada is going to pull a surprise there, and make the World Cup in 2022. A new Wiseman said Miles Robinson was a beast. He absolutely was. He played maybe man of the match for the United States in this one. Really, really played well. That one when he had the 2-on-1 and he went back and defended that thing, he was amazing. So definitely for me was man of the match in that one. Even though Hoppy played very well too, and now he's on everybody's striker list as number 1, Isaiah. But I'm just kidding. Hoppy looked good, but Miles Robinson definitely man of the match there. So USA Qatar, going to be fun. I can't wait to the Mexico USA final, which is most likely going to be. And with that, it's time to end this show, guys. I have got to get running, and have a great night. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys very, very soon on my picks and predictions video starting up tomorrow, and then for the All-Star members as well, most likely tomorrow, maybe Wednesday for that All-Star video, hopefully tomorrow. And then we'll see you for those live stream reactions as well. All right, guys, it's been fun. Have a great night. Good night, everybody.